What if I told you that type 2 diabetes does not always have to keep getting worse forever? For years, many people were told one thing: once you have type 2 diabetes, you have it for life. You manage it, you take medication, you try to control your blood sugar, and over time, the condition often gets harder to manage. But today, the science is more hopeful and also more specific. Type 2 diabetes can go into remission for some people, not everyone, not magically, not with a miracle cure. But yes, in real medical research, some people have lowered their blood sugar below the diabetes range and stayed there without diabetes medication. And that word is very important: remission, not cure. Number 1. What does type 2 diabetes remission mean? Remission means the diabetes is no longer showing active diabetic blood sugar levels, but the risk can still come back. According to international experts, type 2 diabetes remission usually means having an HbA1c below 5% for at least 3 months without glucose-lowering diabetes medication. So if someone's blood sugar improves because they are still taking diabetes medicine, that is good control, but it is not usually remission. Remission means the body is maintaining blood sugar below the diabetes range without those medication. That is why remission is not the same as being cured. A cure would mean the disease is gone permanently and cannot return. But type 2 diabetes can return, especially if weight is regained or insulin resistance increases again. So the honest definition is this: remission means your blood sugar is below the diabetes range without diabetes medication, but you still need long-term monitoring. Number 2. To understand remission, you need to understand type 2 diabetes. To understand how remission can happen, we need to understand what type 2 diabetes really is. In simple terms, type 2 diabetes happens when the body struggles to use insulin properly. Insulin is the hormone that helps move sugar from the blood into the cells for energy. In type 2 diabetes, the body becomes resistant to insulin. That means insulin is still there, but the body does not respond to it properly. Over time, the pancreas has to work harder and harder to produce more insulin, and eventually, in many people, the pancreas cannot keep up. That is when blood sugar rises into the diabetes range. Number 3. The role of fat around the liver and pancreas. One major driver behind type 2 diabetes, especially for many people with excess weight around the liver and pancreas, is fat buildup inside organs. This is not about body shaming. This is biology. When too much fat builds up in the liver can release too much glucose into the blood. When fat builds up around the pancreas, it can affect how well the pancreas produces insulin. Research has shown that losing a significant amount of weight can reduce fat in the liver and pancreas. And when that happens, insulin can work better, and some people's blood sugar can return below the diabetes range. This is one of the main reasons why weight loss can be so powerful for type 2 diabetes remission. Number 4. The biggest study, the DIRECT trial. One of the most important studies in this area is called the DIRECT trial. This was a major UK clinical trial that tested whether an intensive weight loss program delivered through primary care could help people with type 2 diabetes go into remission. The results were powerful. At 1 year, about 46% of people in the intervention group were in remission. At 2 years, about 36% were still in remission. But here is the part many viral videos leave out. The people in this trial were not just drinking some random tea, taking a supplement, or cutting one food. They followed a structured medical weight loss program. Many used a low-calorie formula diet for a period of time. Then, they gradually reintroduced normal food. And after that, they received continued support to maintain weight loss. So this was not a miracle trick. This was structured, monitored, evidence-based weight loss. Number 5. Weight loss was the key factor. The strongest results in the DIRECT trial were linked to the amount of weight lost. Among people who lost 15 kg or more, remission rates were much higher. Some reports showed that around 86% of participants who lost at least 15 kg achieved remission after 1 year. That is a huge result, but it also tells us something very important. Remission is not random. It is strongly connected to losing enough weight and keeping it off, especially early in the disease. But this does not mean everyone needs to lose exactly 15 kg. A smaller person may need less. A larger person may need more. Some people may improve greatly with modest weight loss. Others may not reach remission even with major effort. The body is not a machine with one simple button. Number 6. Does this mean everyone can reverse type 2 diabetes? No. And this is where we need to be very honest. It would be false to say every person with type 2 diabetes can go into remission. Remission is more likely in people who have had type 2 diabetes for a shorter time. People diagnosed more recently often have a better chance because their pancreas may still have enough function left. Are not already using insulin. If someone already needs insulin, it may mean their pancreas is struggling more, which can make remission harder. Can lose and maintain enough weight. Weight loss is not just about losing weight once. Long-term maintenance is the real challenge. Still have enough pancreas function. If the pancreas has lost too much ability to make insulin, remission becomes more difficult. So the truth is not, diabetes is always reversible. And the truth is not, diabetes can never improve. The honest truth is, type 2 diabetes can go into remission for some people, but it depends on the person, the stage of the disease, weight loss, long-term habits, and medical support. Number 7. Remission is not the same as a cure. Now, let's talk about the biggest myth. Some people hear the word remission and think, so I'm cured? But remission is not the same as a cure. A cure would mean the disease is gone permanently and cannot return. But type 2 diabetes can come back. This can happen if weight is regained, physical activity drops, eating habits change again, or insulin resistance increases. That is why someone in remission should not stop caring about their health. They still need regular checkups. They still need HbA1c monitoring. They still need eye checks. They still need kidney checks, because even if blood sugar improves, the body may still carry some risk from the years when diabetes was active. So remission is not the end of the journey. It is a condition that must be maintained. Number 8. How do people achieve type 2 diabetes remission? There are a few evidence-based routes that may help some people reach remission. Substantial weight loss through diet and lifestyle. This is the approach studied in the DIRECT trial. The goal was not just eat healthy. The goal was meaningful weight loss, followed by long-term maintenance. A person might lose weight through a lower-calorie diet, a medically supervised meal replacement program, or another safe nutrition plan. But the best plan is the one that is safe, sustainable, and works for that person's body and lifestyle. The hard part is not only losing weight, the hard part is keeping it off. That is why professional support matters. Metabolic or bariatric surgery for some people with obesity and type 2 diabetes. Metabolic or bariatric surgery can lead to major improvements in blood sugar. In some cases, it can lead to remission. But surgery is not a shortcut. It comes with risks. It requires medical evaluation. It may require lifelong nutritional monitoring, and it should only be considered with a qualified healthcare team. Early aggressive lifestyle change. Some people with newly diagnosed type 2 diabetes may have a better chance of remission. Why? Because early in the disease, the pancreas may still be able to recover enough function if metabolic stress is reduced. This is why early action matters. If someone waits 10 or 15 years, the pancreas may have lost more insulin-producing ability. That does not mean improvement is impossible, but full remission may become harder. Number 9. What about carbs? Now let's clear up another common myth. Remission does not mean you must never eat carbohydrates again. Carbohydrates do affect blood sugar. But type 2 diabetes remission is not simply about banning rice, bread, potatoes, fruit, or every carb. The bigger picture includes overall calorie intake, weight loss where needed, food quality, muscle activity, sleep, stress, medication decisions, and long-term consistency. For many people, reducing sugary drinks, sweets, refined flour, and highly processed foods can help a lot. But extreme diets are not automatically better, and some can be unsafe, especially for people taking insulin or medicines that can cause low blood sugar. That is why major diet changes should be discussed with a healthcare professional. Number 10. What about exercise? Exercise alone may not always cause enough weight loss to put diabetes into remission, but it is still extremely important. Why? Because muscle is one of the biggest places where glucose is used. When you walk, lift weights, cycle, swim, or do regular physical activity, your muscles become better at using glucose. Exercise can improve insulin sensitivity. It can support weight maintenance. It can reduce heart disease risk. It can improve energy. And it can help keep blood sugar more stable. For type 2 diabetes, heart health matters a lot. Many people focus only on sugar numbers, but diabetes is also strongly linked with cardiovascular risk. That means blood pressure, cholesterol, smoking, sleep, stress, and activity all matter too. Number 11. What about supplements and natural cures? This is where the internet becomes dangerous. You will see claims about cinnamon, bitter melon, apple cider vinegar, special teas, blood sugar detox powders, herbal capsules, secret diabetes cures, but none of these have the same level of evidence as structured weight loss, medical nutrition therapy, physical activity, and, for selected people, metabolic surgery. If a product claims it can cure diabetes permanently, that is a red flag. If it tells you to stop medication, that is a bigger red flag. If it uses one emotional story, but gives no real clinical evidence, be careful. Real remission is measured with blood tests, not testimonials, not fake before and after videos, not miracle drinks. Number 12. Even without remission, progress still matters. Not everyone will reach remission, but that does not mean change is pointless. Even without full remission, many improvements matter. Lower blood sugar matters, lower blood pressure matters, better cholesterol matters. Losing even 5–10% of body weight can help many people. Walking more matters, building muscle matters, sleeping better matters, reducing sugary drinks matters, taking medication correctly matters, regular checkups matter. The goal is not just getting a label called remission. The goal is fewer complications, more energy, better health, and a longer life. Number 13. So, can type 2 diabetes go into remission? Yes. For some people, type 2 diabetes can go into remission, especially people who are diagnosed more recently, are not on insulin, and can lose and maintain enough weight. But is remission guaranteed? No. Is it a cure? No. Can it come back? Yes. Is it still worth improving your lifestyle even if remission does not happen? Absolutely. Because every improvement in blood sugar, weight, blood pressure, cholesterol, fitness, and food quality can reduce risk and improve quality of life. Number 14. Final message. The most honest message is this. Type 2 diabetes is not always a one-way road. For some people, the body can recover enough metabolic function to bring blood sugar below the diabetes range without diabetes medication. But remission requires real change, real monitoring, and often real support. Not fear, not shame, not miracle cures, just science, consistency, and medical guidance. So if you or someone you know has type 2 diabetes, the best next step is not to panic and not to fall for fake cures. The best next step is to ask a healthcare professional a direct question. Am I a candidate for type 2 diabetes remission? And what safe plan would give me the best chance? Because for some people, the answer may be yes. And even when the answer is not full remission, better control is still possible. Better energy is possible. Lower risk is possible. A better future is possible. But the truth matters. Type 2 diabetes remission is real. It is not magic. And it is not the end of the journey. It is something that must be maintained carefully, consistently, and with the right support.